Howdy, and welcome to Texas A&M University and University Honors. I'm Dr. Datta, an Assistant Provost for Undergraduate Studies and Executive Director for Launch, where University Honors is housed. Besides being the Executive Director for Launch, I'm also a Professor of Biochemistry and Biophysics here at Texas A&M. Launch offers a variety of programs and opportunities that I hope you will explore while you're with us at Texas A&M, including the outstanding freshman, sophomore, and junior Gathright and Dean's Excellence Awards, and the outstanding senior awards that include the Brown-Rutter, Gates-Muller, and Class of '80 E. King Gill Selfless Service Award. Now, I completely understand that this is not how you were hoping to spend your freshman year at Texas A&M. And believe me, this is not how we were hoping to welcome you to the Aggie family. As you know, the COVID-19 pandemic has completely upended our expectations for what this year would be like. As a new Texas A&M Aggie, please keep in mind the health and safety of those around you as well as yourself. Whether you are here on campus or learning remotely within your home community, remember to mask in public spaces and maintain that 6-foot social distance. And if you are here on campus and planning to attend classes face-to-face, check yourself for symptoms every day to make sure that you feel fine before you attend those classes. Now, the pandemic has changed not only the traditional pathways through a university education, such as doing a study abroad, an internship, or being involved in student organization activities, but it has also altered the established paths to a career and life beyond the university. We have seen and will continue to see health disasters, economic upheavals, and dramatic changes to social norms. Although this is indeed a time of turmoil, it is also an incredible opportunity to step up and make a difference. Remember, the Aggie values include integrity, excellence, leadership, and selfless service. Aggies have been leaders for the past 100 years, and we need all of you as leaders now. So as you think about your career going forward and what you hope to accomplish while you're here at A&M, I want you to also think about new and creative ways to make an impact in this strangest of all possible worlds. Feel free to work with us, with faculty and staff, and with other students here at A&M. Remember that the pandemic can be addressed in ways that aren't limited to disciplines such as the health professions or engineering. Every single discipline can contribute to our understanding of the pandemic, ways to recover from the pandemic, and helping people understand what our new post-pandemic world is going to look like and how to thrive in it. So we look forward to your contributions to that effort. Thank you and goodbye.
Howdy. I've been where you are. This is the 5th time I have had the honor of addressing the best and the brightest Aggies at this annual welcome event. And inevitably, the experience brings back memories for me. What seems like only a short time ago, I was in your shoes, nervous and expectant, excited but hesitant. I can honestly say that I never dreamed I would be where I am today. And it is only through the grace of God that I am here with you. I think they keep asking me to do this welcome speech because my life story reads like an Aggie fairy tale. young girl from West Texas, turns Ivy League princess. If my story had a title, I think it would be From Aggie to Ivy. I came to A&M as a freshman with a President's Endowed Scholarship from the honors program. Lived in Lechner Hall, where I was voted busiest nerd. Went on a study abroad program the next summer and conducted research in the Dominican Republic through the Jordan Institute for International Awareness as part of an honors contract with an A&M professor. Like some of you, I had the privilege of becoming a university scholar. By the time I was a senior, I had written up the results of my research and published them as an article in a Cambridge University Press journal. It was that article, I'm convinced, that opened the door for my admission to Princeton University's doctoral program in comparative literature. That's the fairy tale version. Now for the less glamorous part of the story. I've been where you are. I was born in San Angelo, Texas, not a suburb of Dallas. I was not an Aggie by heritage. In fact, no one in my immediate family even finished college. I wish I could say that I had always dreamed of coming to A&M. Wrong again. Actually, I had my heart set on going to a private school, but I couldn't afford it. My parents contributed nothing financially to my college education. I wish I could say that the Dominican Republic was a golden summer of Caribbean breezes and pretty beaches. Oh, it was that all right, along with unair-conditioned anthropological museums, multiple power outages daily, barely a trickle of water coming from the shower, political unrest so frightening my host father wouldn't let me out of his sight, and mosquitoes so big that insect repellent became a part of my daily toilette. I wish I could tell you that finishing my dissertation was a piece of cake. Instead, I finished it 2 weeks before my first baby was born, and by that point, I was so pregnant, I could not even reach the keyboard. Not so glamorous, after all. I tell you these things only to make the obstacles, the dreams, the experiences, and the accomplishments accessible to you. I've been where you are. Texas A&M can be a large and scary place. That is, at least until you manage to find your niche. For me, the honors program provided the experience of a small liberal arts college within a Carnegie I research university. That combination turned out to be the best of both worlds. I can tell you from my own experience that the best A&M faculty are as good as the professors at any of the top universities in the world. But whether you receive quality instruction from them depends in large part on you and whether you seek them out. One way to do that is through faculty mentorships, discussion groups, honors contracts, independent studies, and the nation's most prestigious honor society, Phi Beta Kappa. I am the president of our local chapter. Phi Beta Kappa is an academic honor society with the mission of fostering and recognizing excellence in undergraduate liberal arts and sciences. Founded at the College of William and Mary on December 5th, 1776, it is the oldest such society in the United States. Membership is granted to approximately 1% of college graduates. And today, there are 285 chapters and over 500,000 living members. Phi Beta Kappa stands for Philosophia Deo Kybernetes. Love of wisdom is the guide of life. To qualify for membership, you must earn exceptionally high grades and take a balance of coursework distributed among the sciences and the humanities. There is also a foreign language requirement. Another way to make the most of your education and even make the leap from Aggie to Ivy is through the essential process of undergraduate research, which is one of the opportunities provided to you by Launch. Undergraduate research was a life-changing experience for me. That research became the germ of my PhD dissertation. As my first faculty mentor said to me, and I've never forgotten it, research is addictive. It's like opium. I'd like to invite you to experience a high unlike any you've ever felt before. Research led me to the Queen's College Library in Cambridge, England, where I climbed the same medieval book ladder that Erasmus climbed. Research has led me to the Biblioteca Nazionale in Naples, where I held in my hands one of only 3 extant autograph manuscripts of the Baroque poet Francisco de Quevedo. Research led me out to Hollywood, where I met with William Friedkin, the director of the movie The Exorcist. Research led me to Washington Heights in Manhattan, where I would breastfeed on the train all the way, but then leave my child with my husband in a different neighborhood because near my library, it was too dangerous. And research led me demon chasing all over Italy, looking for paintings and sculptures of exorcisms in some of the oddest places. I even found a 16th century fresco of an exorcism inside an Italian police station. There are no adventures like the ones you can find in the world of scholarly research, and there is no thrill like that of uncovering, for the very first time, a rare 17th century artifact of great significance to the scholarly world. All of these things can be yours for the asking. In my years of teaching at Texas A&M, I have had many undergraduates working either as my research assistants through the Undergraduate Research Scholars Program, or as my independent study students, some with honors contracts. One of my students combed through microfilms looking for 18th century women readers of casuistry or case morality. As a freshman, one of my students was able to get her paper accepted for presentation at a national professional conference. Another student of mine caught my demon-chasing bug and did research for my exorcism in art project as she visited churches all over Europe. And still another student, this one was really nostalgic for me, went down to the Dominican Republic to look at a new museum there in light of my findings from an older museum in the same city 10 years earlier. I and the rest of the faculty welcome you into this great community of scholars. I urge you to make the most of the opportunity you have been given. To whom much has been given, much will be expected. I'd like to encourage all of you, no matter what your major, to participate in the effort to internationalize our campus by taking foreign language, literature, and culture classes. These can be wonderful stepping stones to successful study abroad experiences. I'd like to encourage women in particular not to give up on the idea of eventually juggling both a family and a career. It doesn't have to be just one or the other. Finally, don't get caught in the classic academic trap of thinking that reason alone can explain everything. Leave space for faith. I've been where you are, but by the grace of God, I am back with you today to share some of my experiences. Thank you, and have a wonderful new semester.
Howdy and good morning. My name is Benjamin Symington, and I am the former program coordinator for National Fellowships and University Scholars with Launch at Texas A&M University College Station. Today, before I go into introducing the class of 2023 University Scholars, I just want to briefly talk a little bit about the University Scholars Program and add some reflection. So the University Scholars Program was started in 1996, and since its inception, University Scholars have done and continue to do phenomenal things. University Scholars have won prestigious national fellowships like the Goldwater Scholarship, the Gilman Scholarship, and the Fulbright Scholarship. University Scholars have received a variety of prestigious internships and have gotten into their top choice for graduate and professional schools. However, the significance of the University Scholars Program doesn't simply rest on accolades. It really is down to the quality of students and the care of the students in the program. So the University Scholars develop personally, professionally, and intellectually. University Scholars are not just talented academically, but they also have a great sense of heart, a great sense of compassion and care for their fellow humans, and they really want to take the skills that they develop to be agents of change, to be compassionate folks who really advocate for a variety of different people in a variety of contexts, inside and outside of their field. I know right now we're in a very difficult political moment, social moment, and there's just a lot of challenges all around. However, I just want to sort of share a little bit of encouragement and reflection from a poem by one of my favorite poets, the medieval Indian poet and Saint Kabir. So Kabir was from the 15th century, and he was a mystic influenced by different spiritual paths and traditions. And in this poem, he says something really, I think, special. So Kabir said, "Dheere dheere remana, dheere sab kuch hoy, mali sinch hai saugara, ritu ay pulhoy." So slowly, slowly, my mind, slowly everything comes into being. The gardener pours 100 pails of water, but only in the season does it bloom. So right now, we're in a difficult moment again, but instead of giving into despair or sort of losing hope, what we can do every day is we can water those seeds. We can really try to plant seeds of compassion, plant seeds of understanding, plant seeds of good health practices, and all these kinds of things, and really water those seeds with our actions and our intentions. So I think if we do that, we know that the season will come. Every sort of difficult moment, every difficult situation doesn't go on forever, but they have an ending. So I just want to say that to really encourage you all. As far as the introductions go, I will first bring out Jordan Bass, talk about Jordan Bass. So Jordan is a sophomore physics major from Cape Girardeau, Missouri, and he is the loudest and proudest member of the Fighting Texas Aggie class of 2023. So far at Texas A&M, he has received the honor of being a university scholar, the honor of receiving an in-state tuition waiver, and he's been awarded a number of departmental scholarships from the physics department. He has also been selected for a leadership position in the singing cadets, where he is the high school recruitment chair, and in John 15, where he is a group leader or GL. Presently, he has no research experience, but he's searching out research experience. He also likes to volunteer with the American Red Cross, and he has donated over 2 gallons of blood. And he volunteers as a lector at St. Mary's Catholic Church. His hobbies include playing sports and video games, making and listening to music, and following and debating current events. The next university scholar we'll introduce is Matt Cleveland. Matt Cleveland is a material science and engineering major with a mathematics minor from Bedford, Texas, with interests ranging from chemistry and mathematics to philosophy and classics. He is a National Merit Scholar and a recipient of the President's Endowed Scholarship. In the summer of 2019, he attended the MSc Conway Fitzhugh International Honors Leadership Seminar in Italy. Following his freshman year, he participated in a summer online research experience for undergraduates through Texas A&M University, where he studied vacancy formation energies and amorphous silicon under Michael Dymkowicz. Mack served as a managerial editor for Explorations, the Texas A&M Undergraduate Research Journal, and as a member of the Engineering Honors Executive Committee. He also serves as treasurer of the Texas A&M Speech and Debate Team, where he competes in extemporaneous speaking and parliamentary debate. He attends the Church of the Incarnation. In his free time, Mack enjoys listening to history podcasts and reading books on philosophy and history. The next university scholar I'll introduce is William Frendreis. William Frendreis is an applied math major from Chicago. Heavily involved in the math department at A&M, he spends his time working on research projects and working as a tutor. In high school, he was a member of a volunteer math tutor club as well as National Honor Society. Currently, he is working on multiple research projects, including a polymath REU, wherein he collaborates with students from around the country to answer questions about commutative algebras. William believes that the key to successfully solving any problem is to take a variety of perspectives and approaches into account before finalizing a solution. When he is not working on mathematics, he daydreams of being in New England, where he spent his summers as a child and learned to sail competitively, an activity he carried throughout high school. His favorite place in the world is on the beach, soaking up the sun and taking long walks. The next university scholar we'll introduce is Tarni Hiva. Tarni Hiva is a part of the class of 2023 and majoring in economics with a minor in philosophy. She's originally from Colombo, Sri Lanka, but her family now lives in Little Elm, Texas. She's a part of the Chinese Economic Statecraft Research Team under Dr. Norris at the Bush School, studying how states can employ their economic power to execute strategic objectives. Through this, she earned the distinction of Aggie Research Scholar. She serves as treasurer for Aggie Minority Women in Law, as well as treasurer for Global Legal Empowerment Brigades. She is also a news reporter for the battalion, as well as a writing consultant at the University Writing Center. After college, she hopes to attend law school and become a corporate lawyer, as well as a pro bono civil rights attorney, stemming from her passion for learning about the incarceration system and its contributions towards wrongful convictions against African Americans. In her free time, she enjoys singing, running, baking, writing, and being a barista. The next university scholar I'll introduce is Lolita Kunamanini. Lolita is a biochemistry major in the class of 2023 from Flower Mound, Texas. She aims to go into the medical field in the future and hopes to expand access to primary care in medically underserved areas. Lolita is also a National Merit Finalist, recipient of the President's Endowed Scholarship, and on the Dean's Honor Roll. At Texas A&M, she is currently serving as the Executive Director of Programming for MSc Freshman Leadership International. Within MSc Freshman Leadership International, or MSc FLY, she is working to reform the campus cultural challenge to reach larger populations, as well as adapting it to an online format. She's also the Deputy Director of Advancement called for Carpool and has volunteered over 100 hours with this organization. Additionally, in the summer of 2018, she interned under Dr. Minari, researching the electrodeposition of metal and the nanoscale. She loves to travel and has gone on abroad on the Costa Rica Service Learning Program with MSc Fly. In her free time, she loves to read, bake, and has recently picked up knitting and crochet. The next university scholar I'll introduce is Shruti Mavuri. Shruti Mavuri is a biomedical sciences major from Flower Mound, Texas, graduating class of 2023. She's a pre-med student hoping to become a neonatal surgeon in the future, and she is focused on helping mothers and children with FASD through clinical research and raising awareness. She has been awarded the Craig and Galen Brown Scholarship, President's Endowed Scholarship, and she is a National Merit Scholar. She was a part of Dr. Chang's clinical cardiology lab at the Houston Methodist Research Institute this past summer. Additionally, she is an active volunteer at the CHI St. Joseph's Hospital in Bryan, Texas, and she also volunteered at the Brazos County Food Bank with the Pre-Med Honor Society Alpha Epsilon Delta. She's been an Indian classical dancer for 14 years now and is now one of the co-captains for the competitive classical team on campus, Tamu Sahitya. In her free time, she enjoys playing the flute, piccolo, and piano, as well as listening to podcasts and watching Bollywood movies. The next university scholar I'll introduce is Ethan Miller. Ethan Miller is majoring in urban and regional planning, policy track. He has done a geographic information systems analysis of Texas public school funding from local property taxes reallocated to school districts on a per pupil basis. Compiled a synthesis of work regarding climate change and the spread of vector-borne diseases to assess risk and adaptation strategies. He studied the economic and public health benefits of legalized prostitution system in the United States, and several urban planning critiques across the cities of Seattle, Vancouver, the Woodlands, and Freiburg, Germany. During his time at the Woodlands High School, he was a member of the National Honor Society and Social Studies National Honor Society. He founded and organized a fun run benefiting the All Ears Listening and Language Center and early childhood education program for deaf children in the Woodlands. In his free time, he loves art, hiking, music, and politics. The next university scholar I'll introduce is Hannah Neighbors. Hannah Neighbors is a university studies leadership major minoring in both business and religious studies. From League City, Texas, she will graduate in 2022. Hannah is a National Merit Scholar, Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Scholar, and President's Endowed Scholarship recipient. She represents Texas A&M to prospective students as a National Scholar Ambassador and will mentor incoming freshmen in the University Honors Program during the 2020-2021 academic year. Hannah is also the Leadership Engagement Process Chair on the advisory board of the Maroon and White Leadership Program, a student leadership development program on campus. To further explore her professional interest in the policymaking process, she is completing an internship with the Office of Congressman Randy Weber this summer. In her free time, she enjoys the outdoors while running or hiking. She also likes watching thriller and mystery TV shows and movies and reading compelling stories, both fiction and nonfiction. The next university scholar I'll introduce is Abid Rusby. Abid Rusby is a business honors and finance double major with a minor in cybersecurity from College Station, Texas. At Texas A&M, he is a Craig and Galen Brown Foundation scholar who is involved in the business school through organizations like the Business Student Council, the Horizons Consulting Guild, and the Honors Freshman Business Initiative. A proud member of Fish Aids, the Gilbert Leadership Conference, and the Big Event, he is looking for ways to serve and develop leadership skills during his time at Texas A&M. Abid is currently leading a team providing assistance to small businesses and nonprofits across the state of Texas who've been affected by COVID-19 through guidance on loan applications and business decisions to help them stay open. This past year, he started a consulting business that works with speech and debate teams across the state to improve public speaking and argumentation skills. In his free time, you can find him traveling across the world, playing basketball, or watching football and keeping up with the latest political news. The next university scholar I'll introduce is Namisha Shrikant. Namisha Shrikant is a genetics major and public health minor from Flower Mound, Texas, and a proud member of the class of 2023. She's a recipient of the Craig and Galen Brown Foundation Scholarship, President's Endowed Scholarship, and a National Merit finalist. She's part of Dr. Michael Golding's research lab and is investigating the effects of alcohol on a fetus and their development. Her prior research experience includes a paper about medical professionals' attitudes towards gay patients and involvement in an NIH bariatric study and COVID-19 zero prevalence study. She aspires to earn an MPH, a Master's of Public Health, and a PhD in Community Health and work on research, policy, and programs regarding the improvement of reproductive health in America. Namisha is also a chair for the Aggie Icers, member of TANSA, and is an old school fish. In her free time, Namisha is an avid sports fan, especially hockey, who loves to listen to all genres of music, sing Indian classical music, and collect a vast array of items and brainstorm ideas for fictional stories, but never complete them. The next university scholar I'll introduce is Abigail Tack. Abigail Tack is a sophomore animal science major with a concentration in production and management. She was born in Montana, but she grew up in Humble, Texas. She has not participated in any collegiate level research yet. In high school, she participated in the National History Day competition, where she had to research a historical event and its effects on today's society. She would compile information from personal interviews, oral histories, newspaper articles, etc., to teach and share about a specific chosen topic. She competed at the national level for 3 consecutive years in Washington, D.C. One of her favorite projects earned 3rd place in the nation. In addition to this award, one of her biggest honors was giving the valedictorian speech to her high school class. She is involved in multiple high school organizations that prioritize and require volunteer work, including FFA and National Honor Society. She enjoys filling her free time with books, games with friends and family, and learning random trivia. The final university scholar I'll introduce is Jasmine Tran. Jasmine Tran is a statistics major, bioinformatics, and mathematics minor from Garland, Texas, who graduated as the Berkner High School valedictorian. Her passion for medicine is driven by her desire to emulate the surgeons that gave her back her childhood and became an orthopedic surgeon. She's a Terry Foundation Scholarship recipient and serves as the liaison for the student organization. She's also a science leadership scholar, using her experience as a first-generation student to help incoming students. Last summer, she was a clinical orthopedic student research intern at Scottish Rite Hospital for Children, where she assisted in investigating revision surgeries in toe walking. She currently works with Dr. Suma Datta as a statistics team student researcher for the First Year Eats program. Jasmine volunteers for Cooked 19, providing essential hospital workers with fresh local meals. She is a music lover at heart who continues her passion for piano with the A&M Orchestra. In her spare time, she enjoys writing, cooking, biking, and hopes to one day spar in Taekwondo again. Again, let's give a big round of applause and just congratulations to our new class of university scholars. And I'm just hoping for the best for not only all those new university scholars and returning university scholars, but all of the members of the university honors community at Texas A&M University College Station, as well as all the students involved with launch programs, honors programs across Texas A&M University College Station, and the broad campus community of faculty, staff, and students. Thank you all so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day and a wonderful semester.
Howdy. Congratulations on being accepted into the University Honors Program, and welcome to some of the most important developmental years of your life. The impact these next years have on your future are hard to picture in the moment, but will be evident in retrospect. Some of you have had a plan for your life and career since you could remember anything, and see these next years as a critical step on a path towards achieving your goals. Others have not had that same persistent plan for their education and wonder if their plan will change again over the course of their undergraduate experience. I fell into this second category when I was sitting in your seat 4 years ago. In fact, my plan changed drastically before I even stepped foot on campus. 2 months before my freshman year began, I planned on studying mechanical engineering, joining the Corps, and commissioning in the Air Force. After a wonderful experience meeting other honors students at the Conway Fitzhugh International Honors Leadership Seminar, 3 weeks before the year began, I instead decided to not join the Corps, to pursue double degrees in mechanical engineering and computer science, and to apply to the University Scholars Program. I had a strong connection with the honors program from the moment I first sat down with Dr. K on a prospective visit to Texas A&M. I learned then, and know now, that the program is a great representation of learning for the sake of learning and thinking critically and honestly. I applied to the honors program because I felt that it would allow me to better my communication, my empathy, my analytical insight, and that altogether I would be a more well-rounded individual if I was accepted. Now entering my 5th year and final semester, I can say with confidence that I grew drastically in these areas and more by having the privilege of participating in this honors program. It is not easy to filter out external pressures and focus on learning for the sake of learning. I experienced, like many of you, large pressures from my family and society to study certain fields, to aim for certain professions, and to ultimately direct my life in a certain way. As much as I would like to tell you that these pressures disappear in college, it just isn't the case. However, like never before, you are in a position to control completely what you want to do and who you want to be. Be true to yourself. When you look at potential student organizations and what to study, take a moment to reflect and ensure that your personal desire is the reason you are interested. Personal development is equally as important as intellectual development in college and deserves just as much attention as your formal classes. As you seek out involvement opportunities, look for ones that will challenge you to analyze your own preconceived notions. You all have made a crucial first step by joining the honors program here at Texas A&M. However, you will only get out as much as you put into the program. And I would like you to keep that in mind as you begin this first year. Make the most of your honors families and look to each week as an opportunity for learning and introspection. Make the most of the weekly readings and put time and effort into your thinking. Texas A&M is a truly unique and special place, and I hope you all come to experience it like I have. There's a saying that stands out to me about Aggies, and it is, if not us, then who? I would like to challenge you to take this phrase to heart. As Aggies, we do not simply stand aside when we witness injustice or identify opportunities to make the lives of others better. Rather, Aggies stand up and do what needs to be done. Approach your college years and work to live up to this standard of excellence. Make those that came before you proud. Welcome to the Aggie family.
Howdy, I'm Jacqueline McCullough, and I'm a senior genetics major. I'm graduating this December in hopes of attending medical school and eventually analyzing enough genomes that I stumble upon a new cancer biomarker or target for gene therapies. I have just a few tidbits to share regarding my experiences with undergraduate research, so bear with me for a minute or two. In my opinion, undergraduate research is the fuel of innovation at Texas A&M and a process by which undergrads discover more about the world, themselves, and their aspirations. While undergraduate research takes many different forms, including basic science, historical preservation, anthropology, and creative pursuits, it all shares the theme of adding a new artifact to our stores of knowledge. While I initially began research solely because it was required by my major, I quickly discovered a lifelong passion that is now an integral part of my future career and my identity. My lab mates and I soon became close friends, and my PI remains a steadfast mentor. After my initial semester in my lab, I continued participating in research because of the exhilaration I feel when my research brings us a step closer to putting life-saving therapeutics on the market. I'm also not the coolest or the most social person out there, and my lab was the first place that I really felt like I fit in and like I was a valuable member of a team. With the variety of options for doing research on campus, including course credit, paid, and volunteering, I've been able to continue research year-round in my lab, and I plan to continue until I graduate in December. Undergraduate research has also been instrumental to my success in university honors through providing a support system, backing my knowledge from class with practical experience, and enabling me to complete my honors capstone as a undergraduate research scholar. Even beyond these more tangible benefits of undergraduate research, the connections that I have made in my lab have been huge contributors to my success in college and in applying to medical school. When my mom passed away 2 years ago, my PI was there for me 100%, even communicating the situation to my professors so that I didn't have to. When it was time to apply to medical school, he wrote me a glowing letter of recommendation and gave his time to practice interviews. It was a lot of practice. And per the mission of university honors, research has expanded the breadth and depth of my knowledge and equipped me to be a leader both at A&M, hopefully in medical school, and in my future career. Honestly, research has been one of the most meaningful and rewarding and fulfilling experiences from my time at A&M, and I will hold on to the values and skills that I've developed long after my time in Aggie Land ends.
Howdy, my name is Addie Bishop and I'm a senior biology major with minors in bioinformatics and philosophy. I am a member of the University Honors Program, so I was sitting in your place only 3 years ago. I am also an undergraduate research ambassador for the Launch Office. Most of you guys should at least be familiar with the Launch Office, as the University Honors Program is a part of it, but in case you are unfamiliar with Launch, each letter stands for something that the office is in charge of. The L stands for Learning Communities, the A stands for Academic Excellence, which are awards that students and faculty can receive to recognize outstanding performance. The U stands for Undergraduate Research. The N stands for National Fellowships, which are national scholarships and programs that students can apply for, like the Rhodes Scholarship. The C stands for Capstone, which all of you guys will need to complete when you're upperclassmen because you're in the honors program. And the H stands for Honors. The Undergraduate Research Ambassadors are part of undergraduate research in Launch, and our main goal as an organization is to help students at Texas A&M get involved in research. We are here to help any student learn more about what research is and what it means to conduct research as an undergraduate and how a student like yourself can get involved. Undergraduate research here at Texas A&M can be conducted in any and every field, from liberal arts to STEM to business. Students can be involved in many different capacities, whether it be a paid position, for class credit, or for a program like the Undergraduate Research Capstone. Research can range in weekly commitment, anywhere from 5 hours to 20 or more. All of this depends on what you personally are looking for in a position and what the specific lab needs at the time. I first got involved with research my freshman year. The University Honors Program requires that all freshmen attend the Undergraduate Research Expo, which is hosted by the ambassadors, usually in late September or early October. While at the expo, I attended the research networking panel, and at this panel, professors who are looking for undergraduate students stand up and give a little summary of what kind of research their lab is conducting. After the panel, there was a time period for me to introduce myself to different professors whose research I was interested in and get their contact information. From there, I set up an interview and eventually joined the Ecological Systems Laboratory. I started research spring of my freshman year, and I'm still conducting research with the same advisor, Dr. Rose. As a student in the University Honors Program, I've been able to learn about research, get involved with research, and ultimately do my thesis based on research. While there are multiple options for your capstone thesis, such as leadership or service, research is a popular option for many students, not just those in science or math-based fields. Research supplements your classwork, allowing you to learn about things that you're passionate about, and as a student in the honors program, there are many options for you to enhance your education. If research is something that you're interested in, don't be afraid to start learning more about it. A helpful way to get started would be to come to one of the workshops hosted throughout the year by the Undergraduate Research Ambassadors. Whether it be through Zoom or potentially in person, the Undergraduate Research Ambassadors are here to help you get involved in research. Good luck this semester!
Howdy, my name is Lexi Parrish, and I'm a senior kinesiology major and neuroscience minor from Georgetown, Texas. I am the current Honors Student Council president and a former sophomore and junior advisor for the honors housing community. The University Honors Program at Texas A&M University has helped me find a small, tight-knit family among the thousands of students here at A&M. Part of the University Honors experience is to be academically challenged and to be introduced to different ways of thinking, which will definitely happen in your classes. But for me, the most important part is the community. I've been involved in a leadership position in honors for the past 3 years, and this is where I found my people at Texas A&M. How you will meet those people might look a little different this year. I met them in the common rooms of the dorms, studying, planning events, and just hanging out. You might meet your people over a Zoom call. I would like to encourage all of you to make the most of the honors first year experience and your family meetings. Something that I told all of my kids in honors and preached to my essays last year was you get out of it what you put into it. Most of the assignments that you'll have this year are self-reflective. And if you put thought and meaning into your assignment, you will have high levels of personal growth this year. The same goes for the connections you make. Take advantage of the discussions during your family meetings and make connections with others honors freshmen, essays, JAs, and the advisors. Something that I'd wished I'd done more of my freshman year was to take part in these discussions. They truly are a great way to meet new people. I'm sure you're wondering what Honors Student Council is all about. HSC is the honors community that connects all of the honors programs across campus, including university honors, departmental honors, and college honors. Our goal for this year is to carry on the core values of the family meetings, which is to have engaging conversations with other highly motivated students, and bring them to our HSC events. All of you are already members of HSC and are highly encouraged to attend HSC events as a way to meet more people in honors and to expand your community here at A&M. I'm counting on seeing y'all at our events this year, and I wish y'all the best of luck. Thanks, and Giga.
Howdy, my name is Jacob McCoy, and I am the program coordinator for the Honors Housing Community, as well as one of your advisors for the University Honors Program. First off, I'd like to say welcome and congratulations on taking up this challenge. University Honors is one of the high impact programs of Launch, which stands for Learning Communities, Academic Excellence, Undergraduate Research, National Fellowships, Capstones, and Honors. All of these programs that make up Launch foster high impact and transformational learning experiences for our students. The University Honors Program ties these together by challenging high achieving students to develop the personal, professional, and intellectual skills they will need to address tomorrow's multifaceted problems. Each of you has been selected to join the University Honors Program and participate in the Honors Housing Community based on your academic achievement, your vision, your passion, your commitment, your willingness to take a risk, your curiosity, and your creativity. Keep in mind that University Honors is not an honorific. This is not something that you just join, put on your resume, and forget about until you graduate. Can you do that? Absolutely. You can get by with giving face value answers to thought-provoking prompts, turning in assignments on time, and checking off the boxes for a distinction because you want the distinction. But to truly reap the benefits of this program, you must put in the effort. This program has been built on extensive surveys of graduating and former honor students about what was most meaningful to them. We want to be able to afford those same opportunities for you, but we cannot want it for you more than you do. It's up to you to take those opportunities. University Honors is designed to help you develop personally, professionally, and intellectually. To do this, we look at a handful of things. The first is your vision. How do your values and goals affect your choices? Over the course of the year, we will often ask you to think about this and reflect on choices you've made, why you've made them, and how those choices will affect your future. We seek answers to these prompts that are beyond surface level responses and hope that you will think deeply about the reasons you do what you do. We also seek for you to look for a good fit, not only within the honors housing community, but also within communities outside of your own. Find groups that share your interests, your passions, and your level of drive. Find those groups you fit into, not because you think the same way or come from similar backgrounds, but because you all have a shared goal. This brings me to our next request: seek disconfirming evidence. The University Honors Program is not an echo chamber of the same ideas, values, and beliefs. Seek those that think differently from you in hopes to understand viewpoints that are different from your own in order to develop your own ideas. Then we must use those ideas to become active agents of change. It's not enough to know things need to be done differently or why different ideas must be challenged or exactly how to streamline a process. You must actively do things differently and challenge those ideas and streamline those processes. It is often asked, what makes honors different? The answer to that is motivation, which is underpinned by efficacy, interest, and commitment. Your efficacy includes your actual ability to do a task versus your perception of your ability to do it. We truly believe that you have the ability to reach your goals, but you must also believe that you can do so. Your interest includes your general curiosity, specific subject curiosity, and perception that a task is beneficial to yourself or others. Your commitment includes an accurate assessment of time and effort needed, as well as your willingness to put forth that time and effort in order to complete your goals. Efficacy, interest, and commitment are what set students in the University Honors Program apart from others. Your motivation is what sets you apart. This motivation will be required for you to set and meet your own realistic expectations and understand your responsibilities in completing those expectations. This program can be very resource intensive. but that intensiveness can contribute to an outsized impact. Challenge your own assumptions and think hard about why you think the way you do. Take risks. Involve yourself in experiences you are unfamiliar with. Be prepared to fail. Sometimes you'll need to fail. You don't need to be here to study what you've already good at. University Honors aims to help you stretch yourself, be a well-rounded individual, and participate in a democratic society. Understand the purpose of undergraduate education. Learn how to learn. Learn what actually counts as knowledge and how to access it. Your responsibility in the University Honors Program is to find what is meaningful to you. One question we often get asked by prospective students is, what are the benefits of honors? We can't guarantee a job after you graduate. We can't make you into one of the greatest orators or scientists or artists ever known. I can't even put you into a class you want to take, which some of you have already found out. What we can do, though, is provide you with a community that feeds creativity and challenges you. We can provide support to help you clarify and pursue your goals. We provide you with special access to enriching experiences like undergraduate research and national fellowships. We can provide you with recognition of your efforts. University Honors requires time, commitment, and a drive to reach new heights, even in the face of failure, and we recognize that. We make sure others do as well. To address the elephant in the room, things are a little different this year because of COVID-19. We know this is a different experience for all of you, but it's also very different from anything we've ever done before. We ask that you're patient with your essays, faculty, and staff as we try some things we've never done before, and we'll try to reciprocate that patience and understanding with all of you. We're in this together, so we must work together to be successful in the challenges ahead of us. In closing, remember that the University Honors Program asks 3 things of you during your time here at Texas A&M. Be reflective. Think about your values and how those relate to your long-term goals. Be entrepreneurial. What opportunities exist on campus to help you reach your personal, professional, and intellectual goals? And be proactive. Take advantage of this community of intelligent, motivated students and ask questions when you don't know the answer. If you can't find the answers you need, ask one of the honors advisors. I'm excited for this year, and I'm excited for you. I'm excited that you get to be part of this community and get to learn in such an engaging environment with the brightest students at Texas A&M. I want every single one of you to flourish and grow and become the person you want to be. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter what I want. You have to want that as well. Welcome to the University Honors Program, and congratulations on taking up this challenge. Thanks and gig 'em.
Howdy. My name is Jonathan Kotinik, and I'm proud to serve as the Director for the University Honors Program in Launch. I add my welcome to those you've already heard this morning and want to reiterate some of the messages provided from our students, staff, and faculty. First, take advantage of the resources available at Texas A&M. We will introduce you to many of these through the course of UGST 181, through email, and in advising, but it's up to you to get plugged in. As you've heard, you'll benefit from this experience in proportion to the energy and effort you put into it, which leads me to my second point. Get to know at least one other freshman, at least one peer mentor, and at least one faculty member well this year. Your thinking will be challenged and your ideas improved by contact with these different perspectives, and you will see more opportunities for your future success with these broadened horizons. Lastly, give yourself the opportunity and permission to make and learn from mistakes. This is true in any year, but this kind of patience with yourself is especially important with the additional stress from overlapping public health and social crises. Our staff are prioritizing the emotional, mental, and physical safety of our students, our colleagues, and ourselves while supporting you in your transition to college, as well as in your ongoing personal, professional, and intellectual exploration and development. We hope that you will adopt a similar priority for your own well-being and that of those around you. Best wishes for your success as you start your first year in Texas A&M in honors. Thank you for taking the time to be with us for this welcome event. And don't forget to join in your Honors House meet and greet this afternoon.